What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Throwing Salt. This episode is a little crazy because we're talking about relationships again. And I know that we've had some relationships that we felt like, do I feel trapped? And is this for me? And how do I get out? Like I can't breathe. I'm suffocating. And so today we're going to explore that a little bit. Again, we always are taking it from the Bible because that's our guide. So we're going to explore the story of Jacob, Leah, and Rachel. That love triangle is crazy, y'all. All right, so come with us into the pod and let's talk about being trapped. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Throwing Salt. We missed you again, and we say that every week because we really mean it. We miss you. And so I'm here again this week because the Lord has been gracious. And hey, you're here too.
Yeah, I know.
Again.
You just giving a whole,
I giving a whole speech?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, making sure we're on one accord because we're one now, right?
We're two people.
Oh, okay.
With one vision.
Okay.
Yes.
The Bible said love the neighbor as yourself.
I'm still getting that scripture in my system.
Okay, I like it.
I like you. I don't know if I love you.
You like me?
Yeah, I like you.
Not love me?
I love you.
Oh,
Yeah.
But so the thing is, I don't know if I believed it.
My fruit will show.
Will it?
It will.
Do you need to give me a hug?
No.
See what I'm saying?
I don't like close contact. That's just like.
But is that a thing that we need to work on with you?
Maybe.
But let's go. We're gonna go back. What happened to you as a kid?
Nothing.
Why don't you like to be hugged?
I do.
Let's open up the box.
Go ahead. Go ahead, open it up. I mean, hey, what's up, bro? You doing? What's up, sis?
No hugs.
No hugs. I hate
terrible.
when they like, give your neighbor a holy hug. I don't know if it's holy. I don't know. I just don't like touching people.
COVID was a good thing for you, huh?
I was eons before COVID.
Oh,
yeah,
Lord, that's terrible.
Shoot. I used to look, I don't play. I open doors with my shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, hands be dirty.
Hands be dirty.
People be coming I be going to restaurants, bro. The cooks be coming out the bathroom not washing their hands.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I done seen that plenty of times. Waiters just walk in, check their face, look at their nose, and walk right out the bathroom.
But do you think boogers add seasoning to the food?
That is no nasty.
I'm just saying, sometimes you just know something's good because of how
that's
dirty
why I like
it is.
cooking my own food.
Huh.
But
dirt makes us. You know what I mean? We are dirt, so why not eat it? Okay, we're gonna move on.
Yes.
How was your week?
It was good.
What'd you do?
Everything.
Okay, that's a different response.
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
Okay.
A lot going on, man.
Okay, how's the wife and kids?
Plans, new wife and kids?
I said, how's the wife and kids?
I'm about to say new. Well,
listen.
We're new every day.
Okay.
New mercy every morning.
All right.
Well, no, wife and kid is great.
Okay, good.
That's great. Getting through this summer.
Got it. How? Okay, so what's that been like?
For Disney World.
Is it more for the kid or you?
It's for me.
Okay.
I always wanted to go.
Oh.
Parents' funds was a little low. So, we never went. No shade, Mon did. But y'all definitely never took us to Magic Kingdom.
But the magic is there. I ain't
the
gonna
magic is there.
We went. So
we went to Florida, but we didn't go there.
We didn't go there. But we
went
saw.
to timeshare so we can get that $100.
Oh, listen.
That's what we went.
Tight, but it's right.
Tight, but it's right.
But we was upset, though. But when we
left,
left, we about $300 richer.
We was like, we up 300. We going to the Sizzlers.
Another park today.
The
The Lord has been gracious, has he?
And we had to sit through,
Yep. No, goodness way we weren't going to buy it.
No.
We knew it up
We
front.
knew going in. We
Oh, yeah.
Not buying anything.
Oh, you're not buying anything.
Oh, we came in for these tickets.
Right.
As soon as it was over, so we get our tickets here, this line, or the money is this line, and then tickets to the park is this line. So SeaWorld tickets
Listen, you were getting tickets and money back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's like
now they only give you either or.
Either or.
And they're mad.
Oh.
When they're giving it to you.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you sure? Look, man, I done said it 10 times to 5 different reps. Y'all had sent 5 different people over here to ask me, do I want to buy this time? I don't want to buy nothing. I don't have no money to even be in here.
Oh, my gosh. That's hilarious.
Yes, it is.
So,
how was your week?
Thanks for asking.
Yes.
It was eventful as well. The kids have been doing VBS. So for those who don't know what VBS is that Vacation Bible School.
Okay.
So they have been there every night for the last 2 weeks at 2 different places because we're like, everyone you're getting signed up to.
Yes.
So last night was a late night because they did performance. They did a performance. And, kids perform.
Yeah,
We're going
that's
to clap
good.
anyway.
Yeah.
Even if it's horrible.
Even if it's horrible.
We was up there.
Don't bruise their ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
Even though
bruise
I
their
was
confidence.
like, I wanted to be like, boo, but it's my kid.
But see, this is the thing. Back in the day, you would get booed.
You would get booed.
In our day, you would get booed.
Oh, we had the Sandman. Like, remember
what?
on what is it?
Yeah.
Apollo.
Yeah.
They would tap dance you off.
They would tap you off.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and that's in church. No, it's not in a regular.
We had our own Apollo at church.
Yeah, come on, we're gonna put you to the side. You singing in the back. You in the third row, the tenor section. Third row.
Oh, Lord.
But everybody was in the choir, though.
Everybody was in the choir. Everybody was in the choir. I mean, it is one voice.
Oh, man.
So again, for this episode is it's talking about relationships, right? And
those are always great topics.
That is always great topics.
Always.
But it's so much to unpack in relationships because again, we're different people coming together on sometimes trying to be on the same wise, but knowing that there's two flawed people coming together, right?
Yes.
And you're learning to live with flaws.
So
right?
are you saying relationship in like marriage relationships? Or are you talking about friendship? Or are you talking about dating?
I'm just saying
You
relationships and general. Like, so all relationships. I mean, a lot of the things, I've been in a class and the teacher is a psychologist, and one thing that he said that was pretty profound is that, we wonder why we attract opposites, right? And then how sometimes older in life, like you start to look like your partner, or you start to, if you are older, that you start to get closer to the person that you are. So he was saying it was about timing. So he said that most people who are younger when they get married, they're still figuring out themselves, right?
Yes.
So they pull from somebody who has what they want, right?
Wow.
So meaning that if I am someone who is, just say I'm a extrovert, I tend to the introverted tendencies because I'm still figuring out really who I am.
Okay.
And I'm leaning to the things that spark me because I don't necessarily have them. Right.
That's true.
And so you're growing together. He said for people that get married older, they've already kind of gone through that season of who am I? What do I want? How do I get it? So they tend to marry the same person. They tend to marry themselves because they know, exactly what they want. Like, I'm not doing this.
Right.
I'm not doing this.
Right.
So you either going to say, I'm not having kids. So you want me. Oh, yeah, that's all me. I'm trying to do the same thing. Like, so we're trying to go and grow together.
Yes.
Right. And so that was very interesting to me because I was always thinking like, you're my yin to my yang. But it's like, well, then you think about, well, what was the time frame that you got married in, right? Or when did your relationship start to be like the pull from, what I want, what I desire, and really what I need and what I don't have. And what I think lends me to this topic is that we were reading of a story about Jacob, Leah, and Rachel. And so for me, that was like one of the early on love triangles, right? That I found to be very eye-opening about sometimes being, you mentioned before, you talked about in one episode, love me enough to let me like go.
Yeah.
Right? And that episode was very profound and a lot of people enjoyed that and was able to compare themselves to that, like, tag, I've been in that as well.
Yeah.
But could we also say that, what about when you are in a relationship and you feel trapped by it?
Ooh.
Right?
Oh, you getting into some murky water today, huh?
Right. So what about the times when you wanted to leave or when you're saying, love me enough to let me go, but you can't, you're the one that's being trapped by it. And mind you, in this story, it wasn't that you were trapped by it in a way that maybe we were thinking. It was you was trapped by it because of a lie, right? And so we hear these things before. So we hear about one of my if I had my older vices when I was like of the world in real life, and I liked the drama of the world. It was paternity tests, right? The paternity shows, right?
Yes.
And this person is coming to the courtroom, and he's thinking this whole time that he's this child's father, right?
Yes.
And the woman has been like, "You are."
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's,
I ain't been with
I ain't been
nobody
with
else.
nobody else. You've
Yeah.
been the only one, and this man has poured his life into this child, groomed this child, felt like this was my child, only to find out when the truth was revealed that he was never the father. Right? And this whole time that this woman has been trying to keep this man based on what they have birthed, right?
Yeah.
Or based on what she feels that she has of him because she has birthed his DNA, that, that's going to keep him.
Yeah.
And that's what we've seen in the story with Jacob, Leah, and Rachel. And for backdrop of the story, it was that Jacob, who we know, was a trickster, right? He tricked his brother Esau, and from that, tricked his father, right? And from that, his mother, who's also a trickster, told him to go away, go to my brother's house, Laban, and Laban's going to take care of you. And because Esau was mad and was getting ready to kill him.
Yes.
So he goes to Laban's house, and Laban is saying, okay, sure, you're my sister's boy. You're going to stay with me. Anything you need, you want, we got it. And so there, just to speed up the story, Laban has daughters. He has 2 daughters, specifically Leah and Rachel.
Right.
The Bible said that Leah had nice eyes, but wasn't nothing else. Meaning, like, we could assume that she could have been pretty or not, but the Bible didn't talk about her beauty. It talked about her
So she was
eyeballs.
a 5 instead of a 10.
Essentially.
She was a hard 5.
Yeah. And then it was like, then we talked about Rachel, though, and how the Bible explained her was that she was actually really beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? And because of the beauty.
So she was the one that you take to in a lit restaurant.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
don't take
yeah.
her to the dark restaurant.
Oh, yeah. No. Lights are on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she don't go to Applebee's.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm not knocking nobody.
I'm just saying, or not.
I mean, she ain't going to go to Growl.
She ain't doing it. Nah,
you taking her to Morton's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you taking her to Blue Crest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's going to Turks and Caicos.
Oh.
She's out here. International flights.
So she go to see Mama.
Oh, yeah.
She meet Mama.
For sure.
Okay, gotcha.
So, Rachel is beautiful, and Jacob is now fallen for Rachel. He loves her.
Gotcha.
And the Bible says he loves her. Like, right? Not just likes. Like, okay.
No,
he's like, I see the 2 girls, like, hey, Leah, what's up, sis? This one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, Rachel, can I holler at you real quick?
Right,
one of them.
Right.
So his heart is pulled to her, and
so he Pepe Le Pew'd her.
Oh, out here. And so, but then he did it.
And people don't even know. Let's break that down.
Oh, okay.
So you know how to do. The little
the skunk.
The skunk
from Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Chasing that cat all
the
that time. She
yes.
never wanted him.
Never wanted him.
Never wanted the guy.
I just never knew it. She's like,
I'm not
trying to do it.
She never gave in though.
No, and he was just overly.
It
you were
was
just
weird.
like, it was getting enough.
Weird.
Enough.
It got weird.
Looney Tunes was out here just forcing love on folk. I don't like it. It's not good. So we're here back in the story, going back in time. So he talked to Laban because these are Laban's daughters, and he just did it a manly way and was like, "Hey, I'm trying to holler at Rachel, like I'm trying to make this thing a forever thing."
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Like let's do that. You can go ahead. That'll be something that's cool." So then Jacob goes to lay down and thinking that he is getting Rachel, and just in generational fashion, the trickster becomes the tricked. And so Laban now switches the daughters and gives him Leah. So Jacob wakes up after knowing her. We know what the Bible means is knowing.
Right.
Knowing her, and realizes, oh snap, you're not the one I want.
You're not the one I want.
And so he is upset. So he goes back to Laban and say, what have you done?
Yeah.
Like, what are you out here doing? Why are you doing this to me? And Laban says, oh, you didn't know? You got to work 7 years. Like, we don't give the younger daughter before the older daughter.
Yes.
Like, we got order here in this house.
Improper to do that.
That's not what we do here. Oh, you must have been learning some other things over there
that culture
with your daddy.
Weird though, because I don't like you. Like, dog.
So that's what I'm saying. These forced loves, forced cultures where you're looking for the. Yeah. So, I mean, again, sometimes in other cultures, I think sometimes people appreciate it because you feel like your parents have your best interests. But it's also, too, could it be, like we talked about, the manipulation? getting them because of what they want out of you for them, not for you.
Not for you.
And that's the thing that we talk about, is that never love because somebody made you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it would never work, right? And so from there, Jacob is talking to Laban and saying, why have you done this to me?
Right.
Laban says, okay, I'll give you the younger, but you have to work for me for 7 years. Jacob did it, no problem. So what I heard immediately from that story is that if a man wants you, he will do whatever it takes to get you.
To get you.
Right?
Yes.
And so when we hear stories about, well, I mean, he got to get this done, and he said that we were going to get married, but we're trying to just get things in order. He said, after our sixth child, I know we still, if a man wants you, he will do whatever is necessary to get you.
Yes.
And to provide for you, and to make sure that you are the apple of his eye.
Yes.
And so again, we go and we do, and it's 7 years, and again, the trickster becomes the tricked again, and Laban says, I need you to work another 7 years before you can take her. And so he was like, okay, I'm doing it. So now at this point, there's 14 years that has passed. And Jacob has worked for the love of Rachel because he wanted her, and he got her. But what's fascinating about this story is that Leah was never put away, right?
That's true.
So we had a man who is in now a love triangle, and because of that, he is now leaning, his affections are lent towards the one he loves, but I still have the one that I'm still in covenant with as well.
Yes.
And what we hear from this story is that there was jealousy in the mix because God was in the mix.
Yes, he was.
And here's how that happened, is because now Leah, who has now still is the first wife, has now bore him sons.
Yes.
Has now kept giving him life, right, through her loins.
Yes.
Rachel becomes jealous because Rachel's womb is closed. So Rachel is not able to give what she wants to give, but Leah is not able to get what she wants to get. Leah wants the love, Rachel wants the children.
Yes. So the one that did not get the love got the children, and
Right.
the one that wanted the children got the love.
Right.
But God saw everything.
Exactly.
And the Bible said that the Lord closed Rachel's
Exactly.
womb.
But why did he do
Because
it?
Leah was not loved.
Exactly.
I said, huh?
But here's the thing that I saw about that, though, is because, again, our God is a God about covenant.
Yes.
Right?
And justice.
And
now.
covenant and justice.
Yes.
Right? So the thing is that although you were tricked, I'm still about the covenant, right? And because too, I am a just God. So you're not going to treat one a different way than the other and feel like you're going to still be blessed. You're not going to be in a space that you're going to be able to, and this is even with any relationship, when we have children, you treat one child better than the other child,
Yeah.
and you think that you're going to get the blessings because of what you do.
Yeah, no.
The blessings will still not flow because God is not just covenant, he's justice.
Yes.
So you can't feel that you're doing one thing to one and God not see it.
Yes. That's true.
So we're in the love triangle now.
And don't forget, though, he still remember what you did to your father.
Exactly.
He still remember what you
The
did with your
sins of
brother.
the children, yep.
Because your brother was deceived.
Yeah.
No, your father was deceived.
Yep.
His brother gave over but it was deception in that too.
Absolutely.
And the mama had all the dealings
Yeah.
and the deception.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the mother knew the truth also.
Oh, yes.
Was it
Oh, yes.
Rebecca?
Yeah.
She knew everything because
Yeah.
the Bible says that before they were even born,
Yeah.
she told him that the older brother will serve the younger.
Yeah.
So now she already knew whose side she was going to be on before.
Yeah.
Isaac never knew that.
Right.
He never knew
Right. Mm-hmm.
until she knew.
Yep.
He never knew. And then he got tricked at the end. But then you come up the line. Like you
Yep.
said, God is a God of justice.
Yep.
Laban tricks you.
Yep.
Because that apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Yep.
That was your mama's brother.
Yep.
So deception has been in y'all line for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to get my daughter married off.
Yeah.
My oldest one, because I know she ain't that good to look at.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want something, you're going to get this first.
Right.
Especially since you coming to me.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to give you what you want, but you got to do something for me first.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have we had that?
Yeah.
That people will make you do what they want you to do before they give you what you need.
Mm-hmm. That's
Or
all
what
the
you
time.
want.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's always a give and take situation. No, you got to do this for me.
Yeah.
Like even at our jobs. Think
Yeah.
about it. We give them our time
Mm-hmm.
for their currency.
Yep.
We for the money.
Mm-hmm.
We give them something. You're never going to get something for nothing.
Yep.
It's never going to happen like
Yeah.
that.
And
And
so-
people think that happens. Well,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but and so for this story, what I see is a lot of the emotions that came out of this that we see in today's time, right?
Yes.
That we try to force something that never was,
Oof.
right? So when we're talking about relationships and I want this man to love me, I want him to care for me,
Yeah.
I want him to do these things for me. But then when we see it's not being done, that we go back to our flesh, which is our manipulation. So we read in the story that Leah is openly saying, if I give him another son, he'll stay. If I give him another this, he'll stay. If I give him another that, he'll stay. And all the while, when we're giving, we're also losing.
You're losing.
Right?
Yeah.
Because now I've now given so much of myself that now I don't even know who I am anymore. I'm giving you so much of my time that I don't even have time for me. And because I keep giving, because I keep letting my body be a vessel for you, I keep letting my soul be a vessel for you, then now one thing is true, especially if you're in the will of God and you're a believer of God, is that God no longer is the beginning of your life. He's no longer the forefront.
Yeah.
And you have now placed somebody in his space. And what we learn that to be in the biblical terms is those are called idols.
Yeah.
Because idols don't have to be a phone, right?
No.
Or things that are not inanimate.
Right.
Idols can also be your job. It could also be your husband. It could
Yeah.
also be your children. It
Yeah.
can also be your wife.
Anything you put above God
Exactly.
or in the place of God
Exactly.
and worship it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anything.
So this is what we're seeing in this love triangle is that Leah is wanting what Rachel has that Rachel doesn't have to work for. She's trying to work for it. That's for something that comes innate to somebody else.
Yes.
Have we seen that so many times that we're trying to work for the thing that comes innate to somebody else because we want to be seen in the light like they are? We're trying to be the one with the higher riffs and we singing the best. And, we want to be the one with the flashy outfits because if we wear these things or do these things, then people will notice us just like they notice them. Not knowing what the consequences are for the people who are in those spaces. Because in reality, Rachel didn't have the kids.
No.
Right? Rachel had a closed womb.
Yes.
But because Rachel had love, that's all you saw was that Rachel had something you wanted, opposed to you only want what you want of Rachel, not the whole piece of Rachel, meaning that if you want to be her in totality, you have to take her loss as well.
Woo.
You don't just take her love. You don't just take the things that you think make her great.
Yes.
You have to also take the things that
Flaws
make
and all.
her.
Yeah.
Right. Because
Yeah.
what makes us, it's not just who we are today, is our experiences, like we talked about
That's true.
before.
That's
It's who
true.
we've become.
Yeah.
Is the losses we've had. Is what we gave up to be.
Yeah. That is so
These
true.
are the things that make me, and because you only see me in one way, you want only one thing that you want, but you don't want the whole of me. And so the thing is that could Leah have been like, oh yeah, well, okay, I want the love, but I'll be okay without having a child. We don't know that. So that's the thing. You want what you want, but the thing is, in this walk, you have to want what he wants.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because you don't know what you can handle by wanting what somebody else wants.
Yes.
And then you become trapped, right? By always trying to be something for someone that you become lost to yourself, and the real you becomes trapped. And I was going to go to the story, but I don't want to give spoiler alerts because I saw Inside Out too.
Okay.
And so
Go ahead.
And so
People should have seen it by now.
at this point.
Yes.
And so what was what was so amazing to me in that movie, which it was just done so well, is that you can become a thing by the thing that drives you,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
If you're
yes.
driven by the anxiety, you can become that. If
Yeah.
you're driven by the jealousy, you become the jealousy,
Yeah.
right? Opposing to just letting all the emotions be, but reformatting your mindset to be what God has allowed you to be, right? And that story was so profound. I'm not going to get too deep into it because I don't want to spoil it. But it's amazing how we live in this world, and we want to be so individual because of who we are as the US. We're just an individual type nation,
Yeah.
right? But we long for so many things that makes us a collective,
Yeah.
right? We can't just be alone. We can't just be who we are. We feel like we have to take on these things because of the emotions that drive it.
Yeah.
And then we become, like we said, trapped.
Yeah.
And for me, I looked at that as, have we also been having these love triangles with our spirit? Meaning, like, we love God, but we also love the devil. We want to do the things of God, but we also want to do the things of our flesh.
Paul say, the good that I do, the good I
Exactly.
want to do, I
Yeah.
do not. But the evil that I do, that I don't want to do, I do.
Yeah.
Who can deliver me from the death of this body?
And if I need to be delivered, that means also I feel trapped.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm not able to make a choice. Right?
Yeah.
When you're feeling trapped, sometimes you feel like there are no choices.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's what needs to be dispelled, because this is what God teaches. Joshua says to in the book of Joshua, choose ye this day who you will serve.
Who?
Because as for me and my house, we have already settled, because we know that if we choose anything else,
So basically, what you're saying is, Jacob is literally, and what you're saying, if I'm hearing this right, as Joshua is saying, choose you this day. Mind you, you're holding two hands. You have to let one person hand go.
you have to make a choice.
So going back to the Adam and Eve story, they literally chose to hold the hand of the serpent.
Yep. Because it's all about a choice. It's so the thing is too, if we remember the book of Revelation, the church of Laodicea.
Yeah.
He said, because you're neither. So that means there's a choice.
Yeah.
Because you're both.
Yeah, because
you're
you're not, nor
neither
cold, I
hot
spit you
or
out.
cold.
Yeah.
That I can't, because again, like
Yeah.
we said, we're talking about unstable.
Yeah.
I can't have you be twixt about anything or unsettled about anything, because that goes into your decision making. Because then you make wrong decisions for our family.
You just made us think. I'm just, wow, my head is like going crazy right
Yeah.
now, because you cannot be in a marriage and live in two separate houses
Absolutely.
with one person.
Yeah.
Meaning what? Because that's dysfunctional.
Right.
So you're telling me I want God and I want the devil, but when I get on the other side of the eternity, I got to live in somebody's house.
Exactly.
So whoever hand you hold when you step out of this flesh is who house you're going in.
Yeah.
Because that's who you have the covenant with.
Yeah.
So basically and God, this is crazy. Oh my God. So you're saying to me that literally you have to make a choice, because
Yeah.
number one, if you don't make a choice, you're hurting the other party.
Yeah.
Remember, he hurted Rachel's womb because he didn't love Leah.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. But do you see that though? Which is why the choices have to be made, because in the end, everybody can get hurt
Oh my
if you're not
gosh.
settled.
Yeah.
And I will say this, like my husband does this all the time for me, because because of my nature of, I don't want to hurt people, right?
Right.
You don't. It is not like I'm not telling the truth, but it's like, I don't want to hurt you. So, prime example, we've been trying to do, we want to have a legacy for our kids. So we've been talking to like financial advisors and stuff like that, and all of that. And so we've been having these conversations. And for me, I'm tight with my money. I ain't no shame in my game. I'm tight.
Right.
And so he's not as tight. So, but with that being said, we've had a conversation. They say, hey, in order to get this, you would have to do this. So I was like, okay, give us time to think about it. I've been thinking about it for 3 weeks because I'm like, I still don't know. And at this point, he's like, we got to make a decision. And so, mind you, the guy called us like yesterday, and I was like, no, don't answer it because we haven't made a decision yet. He looked at me like I was crazy. He answered the phone. Hey, how you doing? You know what? We're probably not going to do it right now because it's just not beneficial for us. In my life, I was like, glad somebody did that because that was hard. But the thing is, what we're going back because it's real life. Like when you have. And sometimes you just have to know the people that you're dealing with, which is why it's important when you're coming to relationships that you know who you're getting. Because again, I could have continued to like, all right, well, let's wait another week. Let's wait another week. You needed somebody. The decisions are needful. You have to make a choice because if you don't, other people are then, like in his case, straggling along. Now I'm waiting for you. Like, what are y'all going to do? Like, I'm sitting here. I got other things that I want. And then those decisions become more harmful, right? Or the waiting and the non-decision becomes more harmful than the decision, which is why you see when people break up with somebody because they found out that they were being cheated against or cheated on, why it's such a bigger hurt than if somebody would have said, because most of the time they say it, is that I wish you would have told me up front. Because I wouldn't have invested into this. I wouldn't have become a part of this. I wouldn't have now have to hurt longer because of this.
And that's why I say the physicality of a relationship, meaning the sexualness of it, needs to not happen until you having conversation. And covenant of conversation first. Because the intimacy of physical contact it destroys with your ground, your barrier, your a foundation. A lot of people will have intimacy with people that they knew they never was going to stay with. Men do it all the time. Because we're not wired like women are.
Right.
We can have multiple partners. But only love one person. I was looking at the story, looking at the movie Baby Boy. She said, Jody, be truthful with me.
Right.
He said, oh, you want truth? I mess with different women. I sleep with them time to time. I don't know why I do what I just do, but I love you. That's some honesty for you. She was like, are you okay with that?
Right.
Because the man just told you the real truth. Sometimes I do. But I do love you.
And that's a choice on the other person's part too then.
Right.
Which is why we have open relationships and stuff like that.
Yes, but if you notice, if you had conversations before that, you would know how to decide if I'm going to stay here or am I going to go. Some people got mental disorders. You would never know because you physically with them. You just you known them for 2 months and now you sleeping with them. You don't know the realness of them haven't even come out yet. Y'all still in the honeymoon stage of getting to know each other. But you've already been intimate with them. You've already locked your soul with somebody that's a schizophrenic. They got bipolar disorder. And then now when you start figuring it out, you invested already. And instead of sitting back, having a conversation, talking to them, seeing signs, because through conversations, you start to see signs. Because if people talk long, they'll talk the right way that you need them to. They'll really start saying the real stuff.
That's exactly.
And I say this to people all the time. Don't run the stop sign and get mad when you get pulled over. Don't do that. Don't keep running through stop signs where God is telling you, stop here, look at this. Stop here, look at this, but you keep running through them, and then when the police pull you over, it says, ma'am, you ran through 3 stop signs. What? Now you got a big ticket, and your ticket could be, he ain't never here. She ain't never here. You knew she liked the party. You knew she wasn't going to take care of them kids. So every weekend they with you. Or every weekend you know they with him. Because he already had a already made family already. He really didn't love you. You knew that.
And I think,
or they lie to get what they want, And once people get what they want, they move on. Rachel and Leah was in that triangle.
Yeah.
Jacob put up with Leah so he can get Rachel.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to put up with me.
Right.
I want you to love me. I don't want you just to put up. How many times do God feel like you just putting up with him
Exactly. That's what. Yeah.
rather than really love him?
Yeah.
Sometimes people just put up with God.
Right.
They don't really love him.
Right.
They put up with him because it sounds good. Or they put up with him because they don't want to what? Feel the wrath of God. So I'll just do this. When really my heart is not for it.
Right.
So when worship goes on, I'm sitting. Because I really don't have a relationship with you, really.
Right.
Nor do I really love you.
Yeah.
He said, they praise me with their lips,
With their heart.
but their hearts are far from me. How can somebody say that unless they have a conversation with you or unless they know you? I don't know. You don't know me until I start really talking to you. Unless you've been around me. Until you start seeing the attributes of my relationship.
Right.
If I really love you or not.
And to that point, though, is that you can't hide love.
You cannot.
Because when you were talking about before, it's going to show. And even if we bring it to modern times, you'll know if something's not right in your house because you'll start to see the change. You'll if you have a spouse or someone that's cheating, you'll see them having conversations a little longer than they normally have them, right? You'll see them smiling a little harder than they would have. You'll see them a little bit more distant. So love, if you'll start to see the pull, and because love can't hide. The same way with Jesus. He could not hide his love for us, which is why he bore himself naked. He was like, oh, you want a diehard love? You want me to confess my love for you? I'm going to do it with my body. I'm going to do it with my death.
And let's be honest. Love is never told. It's shown.
Exactly. Yep.
Love, real love,
Exactly.
is not told to people. It's shown to people.
Yeah.
If a person love you, they don't never have to tell you, but they got to always show you.
Right. Yep.
You ain't never got to tell me that you love me. If I can see it through your actions, I know you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most people are told that somebody loved them, but never shown that somebody loves them.
Yep.
They be like, man, people say stuff to me. Oh, yeah, girl, you know I love you, girl. You know I love you. But you ain't never around.
Right.
You're only around for the benefit of you.
Yes.
You're never around for when I really need you.
Right.
Or you only call me when you want something.
Yeah.
Or she only comes around when she needs something.
Yeah.
Oh, I need my nails paid, boo. Oh, I need my hair done. Oh my God, my kids. Mom, can you watch?
Yeah.
You know, I just want to go. Why you only call me when it's
Convenient
for you? Because it's something you want to get out of it.
Right.
He literally put up with this girl to get her sister.
Yeah. But then the thing is, to that point, though, the trapment or the entanglement or being trapped comes to both parties, though.
Yes.
Because, again, to your point, the difference between men and women in certain situations is that men are programmed to hunt, right?
Yes.
They're natural.
Yes.
They're built naturally to have children, to lie, and to it's
Yes.
known, it's scientifically proven.
Yes.
Women are nurturers. They connect.
Yes.
Right. And so when you are about moving around, laying your seed, and moving along, moving around, laying your seed, and moving along, but there's a connection that is forming with someone else, and you say, hey, well, why didn't you, or you're telling them, oh, this is what I like to do. So going back to your Jody story, this is what I like to do. What you did not afford me, like you said, was telling me up front that that's what you like to do. Because like you said, I could have made a decision for us or for me to say, no, I don't want to do this, but I'm okay that you like to do that.
Right.
That's your thing.
That's your thing.
But you still creeping around and still coming back and telling me everything I want to hear is now you're trapping me, because if we have now created a family, created time, I don't know how to. It's harder for me to come out of that than it is for you to keep saying, well, this is what I like to do. And then for you, it's trapping you in a lie. Why can't you be honest? Why can't you tell me the truth?
This is the crazy part about that story that I just caught. He never told Leah that he ever loved her.
Right.
Never once.
Right.
the Lord said he saw that she was not loved.
Mm-hmm.
It's
By his
amazing
actions.
when God sees that
Yeah.
you ain't loved.
Yeah.
So he has to close the womb of the person so you can focus your love
Yeah.
for another person.
Yeah.
He had to focus him back in
Yeah.
by cutting down her womb.
Yeah.
Because he knew if he would have gave Jacob everything he wanted through Rachel, he wouldn't even have looked at Leah.
And that goes back to the woman's intuition too, though, because
Yes.
Leah knew it up front,
Yes.
which is why she, again, father straight, manipulated him with babies.
Yes.
She said, if I have more, he'll stay. If I have more, he'll stay. If I give him my handmaiden, he'll stay. She was offering up women to this man.
And that's, oh my God.
For him to stay with her.
You are so serious about that. And that's so crazy that you said that. It's because so many people, just to be around certain people, they will give their soul to them.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Yeah.
Look, Yvette in the movie,
Yeah.
she was okay with him still staying with his mama.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Standards lowered. Yes, lowered.
Look at how much he was okay to go into the clinic,
Yep.
having an abortion,
Exactly.
but him having another baby by Peanut.
Yep.
Hold on, wait a minute. So
Yep.
every time you lower your standards,
you lose something of yourself.
a little bit of yourself.
Yes.
Every single.
And you become the trapped one.
Yes, and now you even will offer your handmaid to him.
Yep.
Meaning, I will offer another woman up to you just for, so this threesome that we about to
Right.
have. I'll offer this to him just
Yep,
so I
you
don't
can
lose
stay.
him
Yes.
or lose her. So what lengths are we going to keep relationships?
And have we gone?
And have we gone?
And mind you, this is just this love triangle, but we're talking about even in regular life.
Yeah.
I'm staying with him because we're gonna wait till the kids go to college, but we're not sleeping in the same bed. We're not really a
worse
thing.
damage to your children.
Exactly.
When y'all live together and you, mama and daddy hate each other.
Exactly.
But we only here for the children.
Because
you think
just
they
like
don't notice
love
that?
is expressed, so is hate.
So does hate.
It's gonna come out.
Because and I've seen this, and God,
Mm-hmm.
it bothers me. I don't understand how this happens. You live in the same house, but y'all sleep in separate rooms.
Yep.
But the kids don't, you think your kids don't understand that there's something broken there?
Right.
There is something broken. I'd rather you have your own place.
Right.
And she has her own place,
Mm-hmm.
then y'all living in the same house broken. Because you still create broken children.
Yeah.
It still happens. And then they think that's how relationships supposed to be.
Yeah.
When really that's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's not it. Do you know how his kids probably felt
Yeah.
to know you got 4 different women with you? I got brothers and sisters by 4 different women
Yeah.
off this one man.
Yep.
We got the same father, but none of us got the same mother.
Right.
Only a few of us.
Right.
And then God felt sorry for her and gave her
Exactly.
Benjamin and Joseph.
Yep. Yep.
He finally gave her the 2 children.
Yep.
Thank God they were 2 sons.
I know.
And look at how he treated Joseph and Benjamin
Exactly.
over Simeon, Reuben, Levi,
Yeah.
Issachar, all of them, Dan. None of them got the same treatment
Yeah.
like Joseph and Reuben.
Yeah.
I mean, and Benjamin. None of them. You know why? Because he never wanted her.
Right.
So most of the time when people don't want you, they don't want your kids either.
Yep. And that's what we're talking about. That's the disservice to the children. Because again,
Yes.
you could have again, knowing someone, mind you, they hadn't had kids yet when he knew Leah.
Yes.
So he didn't have to stay with
He
her.
didn't have to keep going back.
But because he did, now what you did was disservice your offspring.
Yes, you did.
Because if it was just Rachel and God still just gave her 2, then they would have got 100% of Jacob.
Yes.
They could never have gotten 100% of him because he also is a father to 16 other kids.
And look at
12 other kids.
Look how it played out. Israel, Jacob turned to Israel.
Yep.
Look at how he treated Joseph.
Yeah.
No. He can't go there. No, don't do that with him. Y'all go out and do it.
Yeah.
Y'all do this. And they started hating their brother
Yeah.
because of the love of his father
Yeah.
for his son. The father loved him so much that the brother started hating him.
Yeah. And then, mind you, again, we're talking about traps. It then became a trap for Joseph because Joseph wasn't able to be a kid.
And he
wasn't able
sold
to
away
exactly
from a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
That came toxic from the beginning.
Yeah.
You sold me away because my father loved me
Yeah.
and God was speaking to me.
Right.
God is speaking to me. My brothers love me. I mean, my father loves me more than he loved y'all because he done showed it.
Yeah.
He gave me a coat of many colors. And look, you get perks when people love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when people don't really care too much about you, it's hard to get things from them.
Yeah. And I think
That's
too,
too amazing.
it's crazy. I think too, what some takeaways though were from this story that I saw a light at the end of the tunnel was that Leah didn't stay in this place long.
No.
She gave up herself. She wanted to trap him with kids. I'm using that word because that's the only word in my head. She was trying to make him love her, but then she came to herself, like the prodigal son. Because if in the Bible, if you read the last child, she said, instead of I'm doing this for my man, I'm giving this child to God.
My goodness.
Her last child, she made mention that this is because this is the Lord's child now. So she had to come to herself and say, Leah, girl, what you out here doing? Because you've been doing all of this and never had God on your mind.
Yeah.
You never had covenant on your mind.
Yeah.
You never had what he said on your mind about who you are.
Right.
And so come to yourself and know that this is not about Jacob anymore. This is about Leah. And now because Leah wants something, you need to give all of that up to the Father.
Yes.
And let him now heal the broken pieces.
Yes.
Let him now be the person that guides.
Yes.
And that's what we're saying is that until we come to ourselves, we're just going to allow these things and these cycles of relationship breaks, and I'm not enough, and I got to do more, and I'm doing all these things to keep them to where you're finding yourself trapped in a space that you can't leave.
And stop and stop doing the same cycle.
Yeah.
And expecting different results.
Right.
You come in, you sleep with the person, it don't work out, you got to start over.
Yeah.
How about we change it up? Come in,
Right.
get to know him
Right.
for a long time.
Right. A little while.
And
at least.
just see.
Yeah.
If only people that are delusional will do the same thing.
Yep. It's insane.
And think they're gonna get different results.
Right.
You're not going to get different results doing the same thing. If I keep eating Krispy Kreme donuts every single day, I'm eventually going to get sugar diabetes.
Right.
And I keep doing it and expect me to lose weight. It's never going to happen.
Right.
That's not the principle. That calorie deficit brings weight loss.
Right.
If you're not in a calorie deficit, you will never lose weight. Never. If you're not choosing this day who you will serve, you will keep running in this same cycle of being good in God, being out of God's standard. Being good with God, being out of God's standard. Because I promise you, every time you out of God's standard, it's because you reverted back to the thing you did before. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
It's the same cycle. You're going back to the same videos. You're going back to the same conversations.
Yeah.
You're going back to the same text messages.
Yeah.
You're going back to the same people.
Yeah.
I ain't say the same person, same people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you wonder why you stopped reading your word. You stopped praying.
Yeah.
But when you was doing all those things, you was in good standings.
Yeah.
As soon as you revert back to what you did before, you go back in that same cycle again.
Yeah. So we're saying today is a good day to make a choice.
Yes.
Choosing for our option is that we hope that you would choose Jesus Christ and God, and not the enemy. But even in your personal life, making choices now. If you know that the relationship is not bringing you satisfaction, you've talked to God about it, you prayed about it, you've denied yourself and not become someone different than who you are or who God intended you to be, then ask God to help you make that choice that you need to go, right? Or stay. The choice is either or, but we're saying that a choice needs to be made because in the end, both parties are hurt when they're feeling trapped. And
it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
It's a ripple effect, everybody.
Yep.
When you don't choose the right choice, it goes down generations of the wrong choice.
Yeah.
So today, choose ye this day
Yeah.
who you will serve.
Yep.
Remember, y'all, we love y'all.
We do.
We want the best for y'all.
Indeed.
Throwing Salt want the best for everybody that's viewing this show today.
The best.
Like, share, subscribe to our channel.
Indeed.
And in good fashion. Bye.
Preserved by my Redeemer, the Messiah and the leader. Belly full of living water, just in case you need a leader. Reflecting the overseer, protected, cause Lord, I need you. Can't let a day go by without giving the word a try. But what if I fall short and I'm in need of a friend to pick me up and help me start believing again? Continue fleeing from sin. Man, we just fishing for men who throwing salt. The perfect seasoning for the season. You win.
Ain't got time to play around. Put some salt up on the ground. Throwing salt, throwing salt.